Pari jalap, par jalap. So at least 2-3 you must know. I don't, have you find some question about this? Huh?
Yes, there is a question when we have to list all of them.
The list all the own name. It means name all of them. Okay.
Yes, name.
And to describe any characteristic of any one or any two, something like that?
Yes, there are, I think, Pratijalpa we have to explain and something else.
Oh, so I think this is the function of memory. It's not something to understand. It is you have to memorize those.
And
Parjalpa,
Vijalpa also.
Yeah. Well, jalap is the one thing which I am telling you. You remember jalap, and then you add something on the front of that. Jalap is a common word in all. Prajalap, parijalap, Ujalap, Sujalap. So there are different jalpas, so you have to memorize those. Maybe you write all these 10 in a list and keep it on some piece of paper, and in a whole day you just have a look on them, or else you make a sort of verse of these 10 words, and then you will easily memorize this. I think we have something here like verse, if I remember. Uh-huh. Radha's Chitra Jalap. Oh, this is verse here which says, Chitra Jalpo das ango ayam. Now these are the words here. Can you see here? Oh, this is right here. Chitra Jalpo das ango. It means Chitra Jalp is of 10 types. What are they? Prajalapa parijalpitaha vijalpo jalpaha sanjalpa avajalpo abhijalpitam ajalpa pratijalapascha sujalapacheti kirtita. So they are in a sort of verse. If you take these from here, and like any other verse you memorize, you try, you can memorize this. These are the 10 anga. Chitra Jalpa das ango ayam. This is Rupa Goswami's Nilmani says. Parajalpaha, Parijalapitaha, Vijalpaha, Ajalapaha, Sanjalapaha, Avajalapaha, Abhijalapita, or Ajalapaha, Parijalapascha, Sujalapaha. This is a verse. This is the only way easily to memorize like verse. Like we're 6 Goswami, we remember simply Sri Rup Sanatan, Bhatt Raghunath, Jiva Gopal, Bhatt. This is we have in a verse style. It is very easy to. The 10 subject matter of Bhagvatam is a verse. Saraga Visaragaha Sthana Poshana Uti Manavantarha Ishanu Katha Nirodha. It's a verse. So these 10 you memorize as a verse, not as a number, but as a verse. Is it okay? So we have not read this. Here. No, sir. Oh, Mona. So we have not read this Lagu Toshoni about this one, which was a lengthy purport of the last verse 21. Radharani says, what have I been saying? I have not asked what I should have asked. Finally, with sincerity, gravity and humility, this is the last Sujalapa. Sincerity, gravity, humility, filthiness and longing, with tears and choked voice, she inquired from Uddhav. Api indicate a question. This should be understood for all the statement in the verse. O messenger, but by convention, Aryaputra refers to the son of elderly Nanda. But he is actually our husband. The perception of other person being our husband is only appearance. No one in any other place has had the bhavas that we experience for him from his childhood. The gopis, whose words, bodies, and minds were fully dedicated to Govinda, put aside all the regular work. Now that Krishna's messenger Uddhav has arrived among them, this is the verse which we have done already, 47:9. In addressing Krishna as Aryaputra, Radha shows straightforwardness or sincerity. Is he now in Mathura? First she asked the question, since there has been no news of him for a long time, and as well she had heard that he had gone away for Gurukul. It means Uddhav is coming after Krishna came back from the Gurukul, which was almost over 2 months. On hearing this out of pain, she asks this question first. Now she does not put on a pretense of anger. Nanda also did not ask this question. No news was heard because it was forbidden. He lived in Avanti secretly performing Gayatri Puruscharan. It means this news was kept secret that Krishna is getting education at Sandipani Muni, where he is doing Gayatri Puruscharan. Generally, when a student get admitted in Gurukul, first thing is given the sacred thread, and then he is given Gayatri mantra. And Gayatri Puruscharan actually means he has to chant Gayatri for, I think, 10 million or something like that is called one Puruscharan. There is a certain number that is called Puruscharan. In our Gaudiya Sampradaya, they do the Gopal Mantra Puruscharan. In a Brahman initiation, we get a Gopal Mantra, and some do the Puruscharan of Gopal Mantra. Why the news was kept secret? Because feared Jarasandha and others who attack Mathura if they learned that he was absent from Mathura. He also worried that the people of Vraj would be in great sorrow if they heard he was far away. Not knowing he had gone elsewhere, in asking the question, she expresses censure. This indicates her gravity, gambhiritya. So these are the characteristic of this Sujalapa, that she is steadfast, sincere, she is very grave. O lady, he is living here happily. Fearing such an answer, she asks, does he remember his parents and others in Vraj? Dissatisfied with her previous questions, she asked many questions in succession. Included in that question is question about the house of Vraj, houses of the Vraj. He now lives in Mathura and will stay in the attractive place a long time, or is delayed there. But he is the only cause of living for people of Vraj. Does the son of Nanda remember the houses of his father since he was born here? There were many houses because Nanda, going here and there in Vraj, built many houses in various places for the joy of his son, or because there were many palaces in Nandeshwar. So what are the different houses? At least we know there is a palace of Nanda Maharaj in Gokul, and there is a palace of Nanda Maharaj in Nandagaon, and Nanda Maharaj was living over 3 years near Chatikara. And this Raman Reti was a place where Krishna started herding the calves and then cows. But there is no such house of Nanda in Vrindavan. But the two big palaces of Nanda are one in Gokul and one in Nandigram. And then palace of Nandishwar. Nandishwar is the name of the hill. The word houses indicate the place of various pastime in which His mother and father cared for him during his infancy. Does he remember his relative, bandhun, such as Upananda, and the cowherd boys like Sri Dhamma? Does he, the friend of Sri Dhamma, or the master of us gopis, at some time or somewhere, Kochit, talks about us? Since we are qualified by seeing, being his servant, having rendered him much service, this indicates humility, dainyam, sincerity, gravity, humility. Kathaha is the plural because there are many servants in the verse and many details of each topic. The topics were composition with many incidents of various types. Another version has katham is in a singular. When will he place his arm fragrant with agru on our heads? She experienced the fragrance by intense meditation. This indicated her absorption and longing. So this longing is another characteristic of Sujalp. Placing his arm on their head to remove all obstacles indicate humility as his servants. This shows filthiness, chapalam. By asking when this will happen, with the expression of uncertainty, she shows great despondency. The word nu indicates conjecture. After considering, she remained uncertain. This shows the height of great longing. By addressing Krishna as Arya Putra, she established herself as his wife. However, later in the verse, she thinks of herself as servant out of humility and lowness. However, she is actually his wife. Similarly, unmarried gopis said, Nanda Gopa Sutam Devi Patim Me Kuru Te Manamaha. This is the Katyani Virta prayer of the gopis. Give us the son of Nanda as our husband. Shama Sundarate Dasya Karva Maha Tavoditam. O Sham Sundar, we are your maidservant and must do whatever you say. Kalindi says, Aham Tadagraha Marjani. Now I am engaged as a sweeper in his palace. Kalindi means Jamuna. This is in 83 upcoming chapters. But can also indicate lamentation. Why is he still in Mathura? He should not stay there forever, but should come here quickly since he is Nanda's son. Aryaputra, another meaning of Aryaputra is he is the son of Nanda Maharaj. His friends are all of good quality, Saumya Bandhum, and thus should be remembered. So this was the yesterday's, yes?
Why these words Aryaputram indicate that she is like his wife? What's special about this?
Generally, in a tradition, the ladies in a royal families, they call their husband Aryaputra. And this is a traditional word used by the, dignified families. The wives never call the name of the husbands, they call Aryaputra. Generally, Kshatris and royal orders, they call the husband Aryaputra in their language. If you see all the dramas or some serials of the Mahabharata, Ramayana, they call Aryaputra to their husband. Wives call their husband Aryaputra. So this is a traditional word used by wife for husband in a royal societies.
Thank you.
Arya means generally Vedic civilization. All the three Varn, Brahman, Kshatriya and Vaishya can use this word Aryaputra for their husband. Now we are going to the next section, 23 to 37, Lord's message to the gopis, and of that, 23 to 27, Uddhav glorify the devotion of gopis. So, on first observation, Uddhav has seen the depth of the love of Mahabhav of Radharani and the other gopis. So, he is glorifying the position of gopis as topmost devotees of Krishna. So, verse number 23, Uddhav is saying, Aho yuyam samap Purna artha. Purna artha means all your purposes are fulfilled. Purna artha. Artha means purpose. Purna means complete. Yuya means your. Why? Bhavatyo loka pujitaha. You are worshipped by all people. Why? Vasudeva Bhagavati, because you are dedicated to the devotion to Sri Krishna. Yasam iti arpitam manaha, and you have completely offered your mind at the lotus feet of Krishna. So this is the, Uddhav said, certainly you gopis are all successful. All successful means artha, purna arthaha. And are universally worshipped, loka pujitaha. Because you have dedicated your mind, manaha, arpitam manaha, in this way to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudeva. So anybody who offers his mind to Vasudeva, this is only the Krishna asked in Bhagavad Gita, May arpit mano. May arpit mana, please offer your mind to me. And gopis are the example of May arpit mano. They have offered their mind to Krishna. This is what Uddhav is now confirming, that you have offered your mind to Krishna. And this is the highest, this is the Manmana devotee. So gopis offered their mind to Krishna. This is what Krishna wants in Bhagavad Gita. And Chakravarti Pad writes, Uddhav said, indeed, you whose minds are offered in this way to Krishna are certainly successful. Other devotees who offer their mind to the Lord, but we do not see their mind offered in this way. Means your offering is exclusive and unique and cannot be compared to others offering mind to Krishna. And Sri Jiva Goswami writes, Aho, or aha, this is most amazing. Aho is astonishment. It is something never seen or heard previously. It is certain, sma. He uses yuyam and bhavatyaha, which have the same meaning out of great respect. Your. It means yourself, something like that. Past participle express the present, pujitaha. Your goal is prem, is outstanding, with complete form, endowed with all good qualities, purna artha. Naturally, you have all wealth. Therefore, you are worshipped by all other people more than any others. Are you, Radha, and other gopis having complete prem, are worshipped by others? With the greatest prem, your mind have been offered to Krishna, the shelter of all beings, Vasudeva. The source of all is Vasudev. He is sharing his source of all being and the supreme shelter of ours, Bhagavad. Arpita Manha indicate that their minds act independently. It's not that somebody has forced them to, by yoga meditation, to focus their mind on Krishna. No, independently and spontaneously, their minds is completely dedicated to Krishna and offered to Krishna. And Sanatana Goswami writes almost same thing. So your minds are fixed in Antaryami Vasudev, full of 6 qualities, Bhagavati, are the son of Vasudev, who is directly the Supreme Lord Krishna, Bhagavati. Vasudeve Graha Sakshat Bhagavan Purusha Para. The direct Lord, the highest person, has appeared in Vasudeva is 10:123. Are you fixed your mind on the son of best Vasu, Nanda? So Vasudeva also means Nanda. Because Nanda is Durana, Vasu Durana, and Yashoda is Dhara. Sometime you are son of Vasudev, it means you are son of Nanda. You are a son of Devaki. Another name of Yashoda is also Devaki. But she is commonly known as Yashoda, but her name is Devaki. So these are the other ways to call Yashoda Nandan and Nanda Nandan as Devaki and Vasudev Nandan. So this is the another meaning of Vasudev is son of Vasu, means son of Nanda. Verse number, this is Garga Sahita describe, because it's a Purana, Krishna is Purana, it means all the incarnation they describe, they are included in Krishna. So I am reading one only. Krishna is Yagna, you are Dakshina. Krishna is Uru Karma, you are Jayanti, eternally. Krishna is Prithu, the master of all kings, you are beautiful Queen Archie. So in this way, all the 24 incarnations, they are included in Krishna. This is what Garga Sahita is speaking. So we are going to the next verse. दान व्रत तपोहोमः जपस्वाध्याः संयमैः श्रेयोभिविधैश्च चान्यैः कृष्णे भक्तिः साध्यते. Devotional service unto Lord Krishna is attained by charity, strict vows, austerities, fire sacrifice, by japa, study of Vedic texts, observance of regulatory principle, and indeed by the performance of many other auspicious practices. Chakravarti Pad writes, devotion to Krishna can be awakened by various processes, the sadhan, such as giving charity. If the only aim and object is the pleasure of Krishna, the dhan means donation given to Lord Vishnu or his devotees. Vrata, observing vows such as Ekadashi. Tapa, renunciation of sense gratification for Krishna's sake. Homa, fire sacrifice dedicated to Lord Vishnu. Japa, privately chanting the holy name of Lord. And Swadha, studying the recitation of Vedic texts such as Gopal, Tapani, Upanishad. Other auspicious practices. Shriyo bhihi vividhaicha anyahi refer to various corollary aspects, bhakti angani of the devotional service. Since it has already been explained that the other practices such as charity, austerity, and so forth in themselves do not foster devotion service to the Supreme Lord unless they are offered to Krishna. And here Jiva Goswami writes, my dear gopis, what auspicious activities must the flute have performed to enjoy the nectar of Damodar's lips independently and leave only a taste for us gopis, for whom that nectar is actually meant. The rivers have their hairs standing on end, and its relatives, the trees, shed tears of pleasure just as the forefathers shed tears of joy on seeing the good fortune of their descendants. So this is the Venu Geet. Bhakti, a taste of hearing about Lord and other processes unto Bhagavan Krishna, is accomplished when these processes are offered to Lord. That is more important. First we have to offer, then perform, then it is bhakti. This is Sarvanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, these 9 processes of devotion, and then next verse says, Arpita Vishnu. First we offer and then we perform. Then it is called bhakti. And Sri Jiva Goswami writes, This point is emphasizing using kaimotya nyaya. Kaimotya means some special Sanskrit way to explain something with reference to some other thing. All auspicious acts like charity and others like gyaan, sankhya, and yoga are successful when offered to Krishna. Bhakti, a taste of hearing about Lord and other process unto Bhagavan Krishna, is accomplished when these processes are offered to Krishna. This is most important. Therefore, oftentimes we teach to the public that you have to learn to say every day Sri Krishna Arpanam Astu. I am offering everything to Krishna. At the end of the day before retire, just with folded hands say, whatever I have done today, I am offering to Krishna. This is Krishna Arpanam. And the best thing in the morning before starting any work, even devotional work, even chanting, we have to make a sankalp or a determination of our mind that whatever we perform today, Vedic or Lokik, it means spiritual or material activities, this is for pleasure of Krishna. Krishna Priti Arthe. If we perform all things for pleasure of Krishna and in the end we offer everything to Krishna, that is actually the bhakti or devotion. Now, knowledge without offering to Krishna, Brahmaji says, is useless. Naishkarmyam api achutta bhava varjitam. Na shobhate jnanam alam niranjanam. Kutah punah shashvad abhadram ishvare. Na charpitam karma tadapi akaranam. When knowledge without offering is useless, then what to speak of fruitive activities if they are not offered? They are all useless. This fact is expressed positively and negatively, and this in the Bhagvatam first canto. Savai puncham paro dharmo, this is positive. And negative is dharma swanushchit puncham vasudhe vishwakeshena kathasu nautpadyate yadi ratim saram evi kevalam. So this is a positive and negative aspect of offering and non-offering. In this verse, the word means following rules. Tapa refer to austerities and sanyama means control of senses. Okay, verse number 25. Bhagavate uttama shloke bhavatadhibhi anuttama bhaktihi paravartitaha drishtya muninam api durlabha. Or the devotion which you are doing is not possible, even is very rare for the greatest of the munis or the thinkers. By your great fortune, you have established an unexcelled standard of pure devotion for the Lord. Uttama Shloka, standard even the sages can hardly attain. And Chakraparti was right. Uddhav said to the gopis, your bhakti is very different from all other tribes. The term paravartita establishes. This is the word in Chaitanya Chaitamrita. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says he has come for the parivartita of the holy name. And without the mercy of the holy name, nobody can preach parvitita. And the word is parvartita. Indicate that the gopis brought to this world the most excellent anuttama, standard of pure love of God that was previously unknown on the earth. Gopi Prem was unknown on the earth before gopis appeared along with Krishna 5,251 years ago. And then again people forgot till 540 years back Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared and he actually glorified the glories of love of Radhara Prema Sima, Radhara Mehma, the glories of Radharani and the limitless love of Radharani Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has established that actually. Uddhav continued, however, following in the footstep of your spontaneous devotional service, Rag Atmika Bhakti. Rag Anuga Bhakti, elevated sadhan bhakti with attachment, will be spread as a practice in future. This is for the good fortune of the people in general. So Chakravarti Pad is writing that because you are Rag Atmika Bhakta of Madhurya Prem, and because the practitioner will be highest Rag Anuga Bhakta, so you have brought this devotion in this world, gopis, and therefore you are most fortunate, and you have made the whole world most fortunate. And Srila Jiva Goswami writes, your bhakti consists of Mahabhav, is Nitya Siddh. इसमें gopis bhakti is at the level of Mahabhav and it is Nitya Siddh. Nitya Siddh means Ragatmika. How can one praise it enough? Not possible. However, it should be praised as auspicious for all people by teaching it to them. The highest bhakti Maha Prema for Krishna, who reveals all his power Bhagavati, and therefore most praised Uttam Shloke, has been spread Parvartita to people by power of seeing and hearing you. It will be said in verse 26, you have rightfully claimed the privilege of unalloyed love for Lord. Vikritam brajavadobhi idam cha vishno sharadha nevito anushrunyad atha varnyadya bhaktim param bhagavati pratilabhya kamam hriday rogam ashavaha apahinoti achirena dhiraha. Anyone who faithfully and continually hear or describe the Lord's playful affair with the young gopis of Vrindavan will attain the highest type of prem to the Lord, quickly destroy lust and the disease of the heart and immediately become steady in devotional service. This prem has appeared by good fortune, Dishtya. This is the Shruti Fal of Ras dance, 10:33-39. Verse number 26. Drishtya putram patim dehan swajana bhavanani cha. Bhavanani means your home. Hitva varnita yoyam yataha krishnakhyam purusham param. For the purpose of Krishna, you have given up all friends, relatives, son, husband, houses. So, by your great fortune, you have left your sons, husband, bodily comfort, relatives, and homes in favor of the supreme male who is known as Krishna. Chakravarti Padrais Uddhava said, it is my good fortune that you have given up your sense of possessiveness towards your husband, homes and families, and accepted the supreme male named Krishna as your enjoyer. And Srila Jiva Goswami writes, the process of spreading bhakti is clearly explained in this verse. How can we spread bhakti? Since you have given up sons and other things, considering them to be temporary, because of the power of natural love for one object, Krishna, you have accepted Krishna, the Param Brahm, with human form, Purusham Param, as your real lover. This is good fortune for all people. Having seen and heard about your action, others will do the same. And Srila Sanatana Goswami writes, Lakshmi should be praised for having such bhakti. Since we, however, not independent, we cannot perform such worship. This has been most auspicious. You have even given up brothers and sisters, swajana, and accepted as your lover the supreme person called Krishna, who manifested unlimited forms and qualities. Sons and others are rejected by rejecting affectionate relationship with them or by completely rejecting them. Rejection of body means neglect of body or to attain a death-like state. The order in the list is from most important to least important. Cha means Eve. You are superior to Lakshmi by your type of bhakti. And last verse of the praise by Uddhav. Sarvatma bhavo adhikrito bhavati nam adhokshajay vrahena mahabhaga mahan me anugraha krita. Actually, you have done a great favor to me, because I have seen only first time the Mahabhav in separation of Krishna. You have rightly claimed the privilege of unalloyed love for the transcendental Lord, O most glorious gopis. Indeed, by exhibiting your love for Krishna in separation from him have shown me great mercy, anugrah. Chakravartipad writes, Gopis replied to Uddhav, how is it fortune for you that we have given up wealth and family to accept Krishna, the Supreme Male? How it is fortunate for you? Uddhav answers, pure love for Krishna, who cannot be perceived by the material senses, adokshaja, is very rarely attained. You, however, have wholehearted love, sarvatma bhavo, for Krishna, which is perfectly complete and manifest all in its true aspect. In other words, you possess Mahabhav, just as sun spread all by transcendence of heat and moon spread itself to all people by transference of coolness, so Mahabhav spread itself to all people by transference of its own nature. In this verse, the combination of the words Sarva Atma, complete, and Bhav, emotion, reveal the characteristic of Mahabhav. Ujjwal Nilvani described Mahabhav as when Anurag, the fifth stage of Krishna Prem, attain a state of being conscious of only itself, of its own taste, while clearly manifesting various sattvic bhavas, and reaches its maximum possible state, is called Mahabhav. Uddhav said, Mahabhav is the seventh level of Krishna Prem, and it manifests in you gopis, and in no one else, not even Lakshmi. What is it like? It is a special privilege, krita adhikara, which has been given by Krishna to you, woman, alone and no one else. By your manifestation of love and separation, you have mercifully shown me all the various aspects of Mahabhav, such as Chitra Jalpa and Divya Unmad. If you had not experienced separation from Krishna, he would have never sent me here, and I would never have been the great wonder. In this way, Uddhav described the extent of his good fortune. And Srila Jiva Goswami writes, past participle adhikritaha has present meaning. You have all bhavas up to Mahabhava, Sarva Atma Bhavaha. For the Lord just you are complete, Prem continuously appearing and established, Adhikar, by you. The Bhav appears everywhere, Sarvatma. This means Atma is found in the following verse. Atmachaha matvita atma hi paramo harihi. The Lord is called Atma because he is all pervasive and the source of everything. Sridhar Swami's commentary on Bhagvatam. Bhav for the Lord is controlled by you since it is seen in you. Thus, he is not for you. O fortunate ones, Mahabhaga. Separation is external only. You should not absorb your mind in that. I think that separation has appeared externally in order to give mercy to me. by showing the greatness of your prem. Virehena is the subject. Virehena means in separation. Now the next portion, which is the message of Krishna. Oh, here,
Hare Krishna.
yes.
Prabhu, is it necessary to renounce family life in order to attain love of Godhead? Because we are hearing ki gopis abandon their
So nobody
families.
can. So this is only in gopis. Nobody else can do. It's not that they have renounced everything. They've taken care of everything as related to Krishna, not independently. It's never written that they have given up their house or family. But they were considering the whole family as related to Krishna.
But they are mentioning everywhere, na, ki we left our family, we
Left
our
means
husband.
the priority is given to Krishna. Therefore, one sutra I used to say always, love Krishna and keep your relationship with family. Because love is only reposed in one person, and it is in our heart established by Krishna and is for Krishna. But since we have our relations, we can keep the relationship according to the moral codes, but the love should only be for Krishna. Love Krishna and keep with the sutra for devotional activity. I take care of my family because they belongs to Krishna. By taking care of them, I am pleasing Krishna. So Krishna is in the center, then the problems are solved.
Okay.
Shruyatam priya sandesho bhavati nam sukhavah yamadhyagato bhadra aham bharatu rahaskara. Aham means I, Uddhav. Bharatu means servant. Raha means in secret. Karaha means executor. So I have a special message for me, for you, and I have brought the message for all of you. My good ladies, now please hear your beloved's message, which I, the confidential servant of my master, have come here to bring you. Gopis replied, O Uddhav, in speaking about Mahabhav, what is the use of praising us and yourself? You came here to pacify us, so do you have some message from Krishna which can remove our sorrow? If you have, please tell us. Then Uddhav replies in this verse, as the executor of confidential duties, rahas karaha. Rahas means confidential, karaha means executor. Of my master Bhartu, I have brought a message from your beloved, which will bring you happiness. So please listen. Consoling them, Uddhav was consoling gopis, seeing they were in better condition now, because now the Divya Unmad is over and Chitra Jalp are finished. Uddhav then stated what had to be spoken. Are upset on not seeing any decrease in their agitation, thinking that they would recover by hearing Krishna's message, he simply began to speak. But that message will not bring him here quickly. This message will bring happiness to you who are filled with the greatest longing, since it says that he will come quickly. For that purpose I have come, and no other purpose. I will produce respect from him. They answer by saying, we see nothing else he might consider worth remembering in this cow pasture of birds. You told that he have nothing to remember. There is only cows here. We are like his cows in 47:5. Uddhav identified himself as servant of his master, Bharatahu. Because of that, Uddhav is suitable to carry a message because he is most trustworthy. He can also keep the message secret. O pure woman, Bhadra, you are most qualified for his message. The latter is most auspicious because it will produce respect for Krishna. And here is the message. And the message is so lengthy, purport. I think I was only. That has two meanings. And this message is as you have done in the first chapter of Ras Pancho Adhyay, the first chapter of the Ras dance, when gopis came in the middle of the night. Krishna says, you go home. It's a very terrible place. Your relatives are waiting for you. So he gave that instruction outwardly appearing as the moral religious codes. But actually inner meaning was, don't go, come stay here and enjoy mitvi. But his words are nectar for the devotees and poison for non-devotees. Like a Mohini Murti, he is giving one result to the demigod, the nectar, which is for devotees, and he is giving nothing to the demons. So these words now have a double meaning and is a lengthy purport. I think how much we can do, I don't know. Sri Bhagavan Vacha Bhavati Nam Viyogo Me, I am in your separation. Nahi Sarvatmana Kvachit, but I am never separated from you. I am always with you. Yatha Bhutani Bhuteshu, like there are all five elements. I have created them and I am in them. Khama, Kham means sky. Vayu, Agni, Jalam, Mahi, Mahi means earth. Tatha Aham Cha, Manha, Prana, I am in mind. I am in life air and I am in senses. I am in the mode of three modes of material nature. So I am with you always. This is a gyaan actually. Supreme Lord said, you are never actually separated from me, for I am the soul of all creation. Just as the element of the nature, ether, air, fire, water and earth are present in every created being, so I am present within everyone's mind, life, air and senses, and also within the physical elements and the mode of material nature. Krishna book, Srila Prabhupada writes, Srila Prabhupada has elaborately explained that the reason of Krishna separated himself from the gopis was to intensify their love for him. And as Uddhav noted, to bless other devotees by revealing to them the intensity of gopis' love. In fact, the Lord was spiritually present with gopis, since they are his eternal associates. So this purport from Krishna book is important. Now Chakravarti Pad is writing, Krishna's first message, which gave instruction in philosophical knowledge, act to reveal unaccessible strength of gopis' prem to most intelligent scholars, unaccessible strength of the gopis' prem to most intelligent scholars, and to hide the greatness of their love from dull-minded. Krishna said, through Uddhav, I am giving the gopis the nectar of knowledge, but it could not extinguish the fire of their love. Rather, that knowledge got consumed by the heat of that fire. Just see power of their love. The gopis' prem has been proven the strongest because it has rendered useless the gyaan yoga taught by me, the Lord of the mind and yoga. It is the same as the beginning of the Ras dance I just told you. Whereas Krishna instructed on karma yoga, revealed the strength of the gopi prem to the confidential devotees. At the same time, Krishna covered the true glories of their love from fools who presume themselves to be great scholars. Krishna cleverly made these so-called scholars think the Supreme Lord, the benefactor of all, has imparted transcendental knowledge to the gopis, who possess highest category of love for him, to make it possible for them to attain liberation. Due to extreme confidentiality of this subject, Krishna nurtures the wise devotees by bestowing upon them the nectar of prem, while cheating the non-devotees by giving them intoxicating liquor. Thus, this verse serves as a dual purpose like Mohini incarnation, who behave differently in relation to the devotees and demons. Now let us continue with the explanation of the verse. The Supreme Lord said, Shri Bhagavan Vacha, are Uddhav's words. The reason is as follows. Uddhav thought, though I have a great love for Krishna, I find it difficult to understand the meaning of his words. Therefore, I will reveal the Lord's message to the gopis as if he were directly saying it, keeping the ambiguity of the message intact. Krishna said, O gopis, you are never separated from me. So why are you crying over and over again with a wish to die? The gopis responded, how are you never separate from us? Krishna's message sent through Uddhav. I am never separate from you because I am the super soul pervading all beings. All revealed scripture, the great sages like Garga Muni and demigods like Varuna say this. Therefore, I am always present as super soul within your bodies, which means you are never separated from me. In this statement, as with Krishna's instruction on the Dharma at the beginning of the rasa dance, there are hidden instructions on conjugal dealings in order to prevent gopis from criticizing him later. Indeed, the day after the rasa dance, the gopis criticized Krishna, saying, O crest jewel among lusty boys, why did you give us instruction on the morality on the night of the rasa dance? Krishna replied, O ignorant girls, on that day I was actually giving you instruction on how to enjoy amorous affairs with me. How did you foolish girls ever conclude that I was teaching you about moral principles? Saying this, Krishna then explained the second meaning on discussing the conjugal union of such a statement as Rajani Esha Ghora Rupa. Rajani means night, Esha means this, Ghor means very terrible, Rupa means form. It actually means this night is Aghora, is very pleasant, and it is the time for us to have rasa dance, but they have understood differently. Now in this way, after being separated from Krishna for a long time, at their future reunion, the gopi might say, O Lord of your lives, why did you send Uddhav to instruct a philosophy when we were dying in separation from you? Anticipating that, Krishna answers, O unintelligent girls, I had Uddhav instruct you only the method of pure love. How did you conclude that I was teaching about gyaan? Krishna then proceeded to give another explanation of the present verse. And what is that? Which indicate prem, not gyaan. Your separation from me is not separation in its complete sense, but it is only in terms of body, since the word Atma refers to body, mind, intelligence and soul. So here it means body. Bodily we are separate, but since pure love is function of Atma, my Atma in the sense of soul, intelligence, mind and senses is still residing among you all. It was merely my body which I took to Mathura. Similarly, Your senses, intelligence, and mind, Atma, reside with me in Mathura, and only your bodies remain in Braj. All scripture proclaim that I am subservient to pure love. I am not independent in matter of love. Thus, the separation between you and me, who have a bond of prema, exists only in separation of our bodies. And this gives rise to sentiment of in separation, vipralamba. Now, using that vehicle of separation, vipralamba prem, desire to increase itself to the utmost. Thus, even though I have great longing, how can I immediately bring my body to Braj? But when the prem, upon reaching its desired level of exhibiting the mood of full separation, vipralamba, ascend to the stage of direct union, only then will I, being dependent on that prem, be obliged to bring my body to Braj. By this, Krishna implies that their bodily separation will disappear in future. The external meaning of the second part of the verse is as follows. But I am present in all beings. I am ingredient because of the creation. Within all moving and non-moving beings are gross physical elements, bhutani. As the supreme cause of everything, I am also the shelter of everything. In other words, I am present in each and everything having entered into them. For the gopis, this part of the verse means, I take shelter of the mind, life, air, intelligence, sense, and words of you, who are always meditating upon me in pure love. Taking shelter of each of these, I manifest myself, and thus I am always present with you. So, the mood is vipralamba in height. Krishna wanted the vipralamba bhav to rise to the climax, and then the union will have really the sweetness. I told you once there was a poet where I am now in Sindh here at the bank of river Indus. He was sitting in meditation, and then he was watching something. Goats were running so swiftly because of their thirst, and they were hankering for water like anything. If they will die without water, but when they reached there, when they drank water, and after that they were passing the stool and urine in the water. Then that poet said, my Lord, I should always search for you but never find you. Why? Because after finding you, the eagerness to meet you will decrease, like the goats after drinking water were passing stool and urine there. So it is better I should search for you but shall never find you, because this is vipralamba, or the highest level of love. And Jiva Goswami has more lengthy commentary than this. I am reading the Karma Sandarbh part, which is very short. The apparent meaning of this message is instruction on gyaan. Though this first meaning is used to hide another secret meaning, it appears to pacify lamentation according to conventional means. But even then, worrying that gopis would reach the highest level of longing, vipralamba, when realizing only his spurti, means his revelation, in that experience, he decided here that should be a third meaning concerning their eternal pastime, which means he is always with Nitya Leela. Realizing this, they would immediately become peaceful. The third meaning is explained in Krishna Sandarbh. If you want, I can read this. Say, first I'm scrolling, you see how lengthy is this. Shall I read this? How many verses we have to do today?
Until 47.
Till 37.
47, Guru.
So we should relish this Jiva Goswami's commentary, or we should go? What you suggest?
I will read, Prabhu.
The Lord said, actually means that Uddhav began reciting the words of Krishna's message. The past perfect vacha indicate that the speaking was completed in the past and that the speaker was now present. One can say, did I lament Villalapa while I was asleep? Using the past perfect of lament to indicate that one was not aware of the lamenting. Thus the meaning is, I cannot understand what he said. Vacha. It means Uddhav did not understand what Krishna said. He was simply reading like a parrot. But you gopis should try to understand its meaning. The apparent meaning of the message is instruction on gyaan. Though this first meaning is used to hide another secret meaning, it appears to pacify lamentation according to conventional means. The Lord used this method after consideration. He considered as follows. They will realize that even for ordinary devotees, gyaan is repulsive. Tasman madabhakti yuktasya yogino vai madatmanah na jnanam na cha vairagya prayah shreyo bhavet. Therefore, for the devotee engaged in bhakti with mind fixed on me, the cultivation of knowledge and renunciation is generally not beneficial for bhakti. So Gopi knows this. This is not knowledge. Persons who have realized you do not regard attainment of impersonal liberation as your mercy. What to speak of attaining the material position like Indra, which is subject to fear, caused by Lord raising his eyebrows. O Lord, those devotees surrendered to your Lord's feet are expert knowers of the rasa derived from narration about your fame, which should be chanted and which purify everyone like Tirath. Third canto. Kirtanya Tiratha Yasasvaha Kushala Rasagya. They know the mellows, rasa, and they are very expert and they recite. So gopis are totally convinced by their personal experience, will then realize the highest level of sweetness of pure prem for me in my spurti. In my spurti means I reveal in front of them. I will place the real meaning with the conclusion which testifies to the experience of prem within the external message for their perception. But even then, worrying that Gopi would reach the highest level of longing when realizing only his spurti in that experience, he decided there should be a third meaning concerning their eternal pastime. Realizing this, they would immediately become peaceful. By the power of my instruction, that plan will take place. Considering in this way, he then gave his message. And what is the message? The main statement is made in the first line. Main statement is in the first line. We are never separated. The first meaning of this is as follows. You are never separated from me because I am material cause and antaryami. It means super soul. The second meaning is as follows. There is no separation from me by making all efforts, sarvatmana, because my spurti, my revelation, my presence always exists eternally, internally. An example is given. Just as the element exists in all beings, all things, I am shelter of your qualities, such as excellent disposition, your senses, your elements, life, air, and mind. Or I am the shelter of the qualities of your mind, senses, life, air, and elements. Or just as the elements are the shelter of the gunas, mind, senses, mind and senses. Life, air, and elements are your bodies, in your body. I dwell there always, appearing there in my form. Third meaning is as follows. This is the important meaning. There is no separation because of all my appearances, Sarvatma, but there is a separation now in this one manifestation in material world. There is, however, union, not separation in the aprakat manifestation, unmanifested pastime, nitya leela. How is this? Just as ether is present invisibly, its effect known as air, I am present in an aprakat form. What form does this take? Or it is the shelter in your intelligence. Life, air, and senses, mana, prana, bhut, indriya, guna, ashriya. The form of Shyam Sundar playing the flute. It has been said by Krishna eternally existed in Vrindavan, Mathura and Dwarka. Skand Puran says, Tatra Vrindavana Ramayam Vrinda Devi Samashritam Harinadhishtam Chaha Brahma Rudradi Sevitam. In Vrindavan, served by Brahma and Shiva, under the shelter of Vrinda Devi, the Lord resides. Krishna plays with the calves and older calves within the Vrindavan, surrounded by Balaram and other boys. Padma Puran says, people are unfortunate who have not drunk the water of Yamuna, where the killer of the Kamsa plays in association with cows, cowherd boys, and gopis. Krishna always plays in the waves of the Yamuna water. All the devatas and element exist there in the spiritual form. I, the embodiment of all devas, do not leave that forest for a moment. Though I appear and disappear in this world, age of after age, but this radiant forest, full of pleasure, is invisible to material eye, Gautamya Tantra. I, along with Maruta, satisfy Govinda, the form of eternity, knowledge and bliss, who sits beneath a desire tree in Vrindavan, Gopal Tapani Upanishad. He is unchanging, free from birth and old age. Who stays in Vrindavan is invisible. Death fear Govinda, who stays with the cows, who protect cows and who reside with the cowherd people, Gopal Tapani Upanishad. Padma Purana. Oh, Mathura is most fortunate, for Krishna reside there. Mathura is a 24 yojan in size. There, Lord reside personally at all times, Vayu Prana. So he reside in all these places. This is a Nitya Leela. So he's always with the gopis there. So this is about the Mathura, and then it's about Dwarka. He's always in Dwarka also with Dwarka Vasis. As soon as Dwarka was abandoned by Supreme Lord, the ocean flooded in it. It on all sides, O king, sparing only this place. Madhusudan, the Supreme Lord, is eternally present in Dwarka. By remembering that most auspicious and all auspicious places, one destroy all contamination. Vishnu Puran particularly say, Yadu Deva Grahastva Eka Na Palavayat. This house of Krishna was not covered with water. Krishna Kiradaakaram Sthanam. Dwarka is the place of pastime of Krishna. Jayati Jananivaso Devaki Janamavado. This is the verse from Bhagvatam chapter 90, 10:90. Very important verse. I think you might have to memorize when you reach to that place. Jayati Jananivaso Devaki Janamavado Yaduvara Parishada Swai Dorabhiyasyam Dharmam Istirachara Vrajannagna Susmita Shri Mukhena Vrajapura Vanitanam Varadayam Kamadevam. Krishna lives among the cowherd men and the Yadus and is conclusively both the son of Devaki and Yashoda. He is the guide of the Yadu dynasty and the cowherd men, and with his mighty arms he kills everything inauspicious, invades Mathura and Dwarka. By his presence he destroys all things inauspicious for all living entities, moving and inert, and the suffering of separation of the inhabitant of Virgin Dwarka. His blissful, smiling face always increases the desire of gopis of Vrindavan and women of Mathura and Dwarka. He remained eternally in this situation. Thus, Krishna resides in these places eternally. Though it is said that he comes and goes from these places, he actually does this by manifesting different forms. One stays and one goes. Yashoda realized Krishna is inside and outside everything during Damodar and eating dirt pastime. Krishna was in the mouth and was outside. Thus, his power are seen even though he has a human form. Because of his achintya shakti, it is not possible for him to display opposing qualities in one being. Such matters are accepted on the basis of Shrutis to Shabdha Moolatvat, the scripture or the source of knowledge, Brahma Sutra. Since he has all powers, he easily manifests other forms in order to be present at many places simultaneously. But with manifestation of power and human measures simultaneously according to his will, one form manifests as many by his achintya shakti. It is like form manifesting through a medium, like reflection on water. However, in such an example, they only exist because of medium, like water reflection. One cannot touch the reflection in the same way as the original object. The reflection is an opposite form to the original form. The images are more limited than the original. Krishna, however, expands his form simply by display of his natural potency, Shakti. The forms can be touched. They have form according to his desire. They have the potency of original. All these forms exist separately by his achintya shakti. They have separate activities. There is no contradiction if all the different forms which appear simultaneously have actions like opening and closing of their eyes independently. However, the Lord is the person who acts, since he is shelter of all the forms, performing different actions. This is described in many places in Bhagvatam and other scriptures. Normally, such expansion could not give happiness to person who knew the truth about them, but in case of Krishna, this is not so. This shows the outstanding nature of these forms. Thus, Narad says, it is astonishing that Krishna, who is one without a second, expanded himself in 16,000 similar forms to marry 16,000 queens in their respective homes. Though his form was one, it had many separate manifestations. Each of these forms personified different actions. This is not possible for a sage to perform. Thus Narad was astonished. Such form of sometimes called Atma and sometimes Rupa. For instance, the person present verse says Sarvatmana Kochid, by all my expanded forms. Expanding himself us many times, as there were coward women to associate with the Supreme Lord, those self-satisfied playfully enjoyed their company. Ras Leela, he become many. So, this statement is stated in the verse with an example. The first meaning is as follows. Just as the five elements are also in the object made of air, earth, other elements, as the material cause, upadan. I am your mind, life, air, bodies, senses, and qualities. Second meaning is as follows. Just as element exists as the shelter or a cause in the effect, such as living being, I also am the shelter of your qualities, mind and life, air, senses and bodies. Since you take my spurti as your very life. Third meaning is as follows. Just as elements are present in effect in an aprakat form, I am present with you in aprakat form, which takes the form present in your mind and life air, Sham Sundar with flute. Okay, so what you understood from this lengthy purport? Krishna has Nitya Leela going on in Vrindavan. And he is always with his devotees. I think years back, I was at some friend's house, and in the television, I was speaking about Bhagavad Gita. It was, aired in a television. So I was realizing on that day, I told that, see, this television is a man-made instrument, a machine, which in my presence is speaking, and I am sitting here, same person. So we are and I am seen maybe in as many televisions and channels are on. People are seeing me everywhere, and here I am seeing myself. The same thing. So when the man-made machine can do like that, then how the person who has made the mind of a person who made the machine can manifest himself in many forms? So where is the doubt? The man whose brain has made this television by which you can broadcast one person at million places, that person who made the mind of such person, how much more powerful that will be. If he can be present at 100 places, what is the doubt about that? And pure devotees always see Krishna present wherever they are. Krishna is always in their mind, in the form of Shyama Sundar playing on the flute. The one who is a super soul in everybody's heart, by the deep love of devotees, himself manifests as Shyama Sundar. So verse 30. By myself I create, sustain and withdraw myself within myself by the power of my personal energy. Atma Maya Anubhavena, which comprise material elements, senses and mode of nature. Purport by Srila Prabhupada, disciple. Although Lord is the supreme entity, there is no absolute duality between him and his creation. Since the creation is an expansion of his being, the oneness is there, emphasized by the Lord. Chakravarti Pad said, Krishna said, furthermore, I am the subject doing action, the location of action, and the object of action upon the substratum of myself. I create the universe which is myself, Gopis replied. But your form is Satchidanand, full of eternity, knowledge and bliss, and this universe appears to be different than that. Krishna replies, universe is created by my Maya Shakti, which in turn create all the material elements. Though the external energy Maya Shakti is one of my form, it is not my original personal Swarup. For the gopis, the meaning is as follows. I make my appearance, Atmanam Sarje, in your mind, Atmani, by my own effort, Atmana, for the sake of conjugal union and other pastime, I maintain Anupalye, that form for a moment, and then I make that form disappear, Anami. Gopi asked, by what particular effort do you do this? Krishna, I accomplish this by the power of my Yoga Maya, Atma Maya Anubhavena. What is the nature of the self, Atmanam? Gopis, that you make appear? Krishna, It is that form which all my limbs, bhutani, my senses, indriya, such as eyes, and my qualities, guna, such as beauty, sweetness, cleverness, intelligence, atmana. All these, all of these comprise Krishna's atma. Thus, the compound which they comprise is expressed in the singular number. Interesting. Chakravarti Pad is doing question answer within the verse. Sri Jiva Goswami writes, the first meaning is as follows. It is difficult for one object to be the material cause and antaryami. For instance, in a pot, it is impossible to have antaryami since it is only dirt. According to the another opinion, the material cause is atoms, which are unconscious. The conscious entity is Lord or controller. This verse answers the objection. In the basis Atmani, by the efficient cause Atmana, I manifest material cause Atmanam as the element senses Guna and Jiva. Another version as Bhut Indriyahi. In that case, the elements are also understood to be included, but the Atma is only one. The basis Adhishtan. How can it be many things at once? To dispel all doubts, it is then said that this takes place by the power of Achintya Shakti. Atma Maya Anubhavena. Shruti, Shurtes to Shabda Mulatvat. Scripture is the source of knowledge of the powers of the Lord, Brahma Sutra. One sees this amazing nature also in Chintamani. The second meaning is as follows. It's true that you appear to us as a spurti, but we do not appear to you. This type of meaning is a false meaning. Though different from the dream. In answer to this, Krishna speaks the second meaning. In my heart, Atmani, which is changeless by my mind, Atmana, composed of accepting and rejecting, I make Sirjami effort, Atmanam, for meeting you and having pastime with you. Vishwa Prakash says, Atma can mean body, Brahma, intelligence, mind, nature, determination, and effort. Not only do I make effort, but I increase Anupalyai. The meeting and pastime over a long period of time and then separate from them in order to have different pastime. You should know other pastime that I do also. What type of mind is this? My mind is influenced anubhavena by compassion for you. Atma Maya. Maya means compassion also, mercy. Or is influenced by your mercy to me. What type of mind is this? Oh, in that mind there are directly present Bhuta and Ahankar, Atmana, sense object, Guna, and senses. If the version with the Buddhi is accepted, then the meaning is as follows. You make efforts by your mind. This is all simply desire. How will your efforts come true? My mind is composed, Atmana, of the qualities of intelligence, such as discrimination, and qualities of the senses, such as seeing. My mind develops direct perception of what I decide. After considering carefully, because of the influence of my compassion for you and your compassion for me, external perception and separation is disregarded. The third meaning is as follows. How is the manifestation possible? In my Swarup, by my Atma, I create this special manifestation, or I make my appearance. This is similar to the statement in Gita, Atmanam Sarjami Aham. I manifest myself. I protect the cherished pastime. After they are concluded, I make them disappear. How do you create by yourself? I create myself, endowed with the power of my Achintya Shakti, Atma Maya Anubhavena. How is this described? That Atma is my Swarup, endowed with Nitya Siddha Bhutani, sense, qualities and form. In the version with Buddhi instead of Bhuta, the meaning is Atma endowed with Antahakaran Buddhi, senses and quality arising from. So there are three meanings Jiva Goswami is speaking. One is the external meaning, one meaning is of revelation, and one meaning is of Nitya Leela. Verse 31. Yes?
Can I ask a here Krishna says that he speaks about his mind, his body, his intelligence and senses, but we know that the spiritual body has no separate parts like our. How can we understand what he says about his mind, his senses?
The only one word is Atma. All the time, the only word Atma has a different meanings extracted according to the context. And you see, the word only Atma is used. But the meanings are extracted according to the context. So Krishna, he has a transcendental mind, he has a transcendental senses, which are not like ourselves. They are all Satchidanand. Otherwise, how can he enjoy if they have no senses, mind, and all these things? He has all these things, but they are purely spiritual. There is no enjoyment if there is no senses, there is no mind. So he has mind. He said, devotees are in my heart, I am in his devotee's heart. So he has a heart. And heart actually means this whole mind, senses, say the intelligence, this all is called heart. Atma gyaan maya shuddho व्यतिकृतो गुणानव्यः शशुपति स्वपन जागृतादि भी मायावृत्ति भी ईज्जते. All these verses are actually outwardly completely knowledge. They are the Sankhya Yoga of the Jnanis. But our Acharya has squeezed out the actual more conjugal meaning of the love of gopis. Being composed of pure consciousness, Atma Gyaan Maya Shuddho, or knowledge, the soul is distinct from everything material and is uninvolved in the entanglement of the modes of nature. We can perceive the soul through the three functions of the material nature known as wakefulness, sleep, and deep sleep. Chakravarti Path says, gopis. If gopi asks this question, what is the question? But then how is that the people in general do not know your original true identity? Krishna answers, my original form, which is transcendental to modes of nature, is perceived everywhere as enabling super soul. The super soul possesses pure spiritual knowledge, which is transcendental to mode of nature and has no connection with them. Though I am the creator, due to my inconceivable power, Achintya Shakti, I remain pure and never directly contact the material modes of nature. Though forever existing within the material modes, the super soul remains distinct, Vyakti-rikt. Moreover, even though I am the controller of the modes of nature, I am not involved, anavya, with them. The super soul can be inferred through the material functions of the mind during waking, sleeping, and dreaming. This point is comfort in Bhagavad Gita, confirmed 10:239. Sattvam chate dhato idam nijam bhaveta vijnanam ajnana vidapma marjanam. So this is, O Lord, cause of all causes, if your transcendental body were not beyond the modes of material nature, one could not understand the difference between the matter and transcendence. These are demigod speaking in a period to the Krishna in the womb of Mother Devaki. Only by your presence can one understand the transcendental nature of your Lordship, who are the controller of material nature. Your transcendental nature is very difficult to understand unless one is influenced by the presence of your transcendental form. The personality of God is Sri Krishna is in every living being along with the individual soul, and this fact is perceived and hypothesized in our acts of seeing and taking help from the intelligence. Bhagvatam 2:235. The meaning for the gopi is as follows. Though residing in Mathura Atma, being full of knowledge, gyaan maya, am always conscious of you and never forget you. Even though present here, I am free from my fault, Shuddha, of associating with the woman of Mathura because I remain aloof, Vyakti Krakta. I am severely pained by my separation from you, so how could I get pleasure from any other woman? I continually dwell on your qualities, guna anavya, such as your tender beauty and sweet sidelong glances. Similarly, you can also always perceive me with your mental faculties during the three states of sleeping, dreaming, and waking. In deep sleep, Sachupati, you can perceive my general form and qualities as Paramatma. In dream, Swapan, you can perceive my particular form and qualities. And in waking consciousness, Jagrati Bhihi, you can perceive me directly with full manifestation of my laughing, dancing, and other characteristic of sweet pleasure of union, Sambhoga Madhurya. See the meaning extracted by Chakravarti Pad. This is amazing. It's a completely, the verse is based on knowledge, but the meaning is extracted, is completely intelligently taken out. And the three meanings are given by Jiva Goswami. We are reading Sanatana Goswami now. Why do you say that I create by Maya? I am created by Maya. Actually, Jiva has no relationship with material body. What to speak of me, the Lord? I have the relationship with body. Or he gives an example. The Atma is perceived by function of the mind, waking, etc. Created by these functions are Maya, not actual. I think this is also too difficult to comprehend. Chakravarti Pad is okay. Verse 32. As a person just arising from sleep may continue to meditate on dream, even though it is illusory, so by the agency of the mind one meditates on the sense objects, which the senses can obtain. Therefore, one should become fully alert and bring the mind under control. Krishna said, Gyana Yoga, which I have imparted, bears fruit when the mind is restrained. This verse proposes control of mind. In the waking state, the man meditates on material objects in the mind. While dreaming, as well by the mind, he meditated on dream objects, even though they are false. Thus, the mind and senses should be restrained. After all, the person who is careful and alert, vinidraha savadhanaha. Vinidra means savadhan. Savadhan means alert. Obtain pratyapadyate, knowledge, as it is evidenced by the saintly behavior of a person in the past. For the gopis, this means waking from swing condition, utitha, murchitaha, prabuddha. So when you are unconscious, then you become conscious. Persons like yourself should reject as an unreliable source of knowledge that mind which they meditate on the object of senses, such as seeing me, touching me, drinking the nectar of my lips, and embracing me, although these are real because they come from my actual appearance in this world. They are yet false as in the dream state. This is because upon giving up your sleeping vinidraha, sleeping condition, you appeared with eyes and other senses devoid of massacre kajal, the eye coloring, or sandalwood paste. I understand that though I gave you all sort of enjoyment, you consider all that enjoyment false, due to being blinded by loving attraction to me, and having lost all discretion because of your excessive anxiety of separation. All this gives me great unhappiness. Therefore, I have sent this message to convince you of the reality of all these pastimes we performed. It's like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he told to Haridas Thakur, do you know when the Qazi's people were beating you, I came there when Jagai and Madhai and all that time, other times, I came there really to save you from Qazi's people, but you said, please forgive them, so what can I do? I wrapped myself around your back, and then Mahaprabhu showed on the back the marks of the whips. So, similarly, the Krishna is present, but we don't notice. So, gopis, you don't notice I actually come every day and we enjoy together, but for you think it is a dream. It's not dream, it's true. But you in your mind, which in dream see the things are false, but they are not false. I come every day. Mahaprabhu said, Sachimata, I will come every day and eat in your kitchen. And he used to come. So it's possible, but it's very difficult to understand for us. Verse 33. According to the intelligent authorities, this is the conclusion of all the Vedas, as well as the practice of yoga, sankhya, renunciation, austerity, sense control, and truthfulness. This is the ultimate destination. Srila Prabhupada disciple writes, here the Lord states that all the Vedic literature is meant ultimately to bring the soul to the point of controlling the mind and senses and fixing them in transcendental self-realization. Thus, process of so-called yoga, meditation, or mysticism or religion that involve unrestricted sense gradation are not actually spiritual processes, but rather convenient ways for foolish people to justify their beastly behavior. Lord Krishna assured the gopis that by fixing their mind in self-realization, they will realize their spiritual oneness with Lord. Thus, they will no longer suffer the pangs of Chakravarti writes, all the methods described in all the scripture have their purpose. And what is the purpose? Control of the mind. That is the purport of this verse. Krishna said, control the mind in the conclusion. Etad antaha of the all Vedas. And this is the sufficient to make one successful in life. Ashtanga Yoga, discriminating spirit from matter, Sankhya Yoga, renunciation, tyaga, sannyas, following one's prescribed duty, tapo, swadharma, and subduing the senses, dhamma, are different methods, but they all lead to the same place, namely control of the mind, just as all rivers lead to the ocean. For the gopis, this means, as one transcends material existence by controlling the mind, similarly, you transcend the pain of separation from me by mind control. It is the uncontrolled mind that makes you perceive your association with me as illusory, even though it is real. This meaning of the word is the same in both these interpretations. Verse number 34. But the actual reason why I, the beloved object of your sight, have stayed far away from you is that I wanted to intensify meditation upon me and thus drive your mind closer to me. Srila Prabhupada disciple writes, sometimes That which is close to our eyes is far from our heart and the mind. And conversely, absence makes the heart grow fonder. Although apparently going far away from gopis, Lord Krishna was bringing them closer to him on the spiritual platform. Gopis said, O Uddhav, by this news from Krishna you have doubled our pain. Therefore, should we call the sender of this message ignorant of the proper time, place, and person? Or should we criticize you instead for being a thought so thoughtless? You have brought this burden of Brahma Gyan this far, but who will buy it in the Vraj? Can the gopis, who from birth have been drinking the nectar of Krishna's beauty, now drinking the bitter neem sap, a neem sap of Brahma Gyan? It is better that the women of this place give up their lives if only such an abominable thing is available as food. Better they die of starvation. Now just listen, Uddhav. You great fool, just listen. This Brahma Gyan which is found in the leaf huts of the hearts of the great saintly physicians is medicinal herb that can certainly cure the disease of material existence. But can it cure the grave disease of Krishna Prem? Did those doctors ever research this disease? After learning the science of medicine from Sandipani Muni, Krishna has taught you and then sent you to us with the herbal cure to relieve the great fever of Prem. You can now be our messenger, Uddhav, and take this medicine back to its sender. Drinking it, Krishna will extinguish his fear of Prem for us. Make sure that no trace of fever remains. As for us, may our great fever of Prem remain for hundreds of births. And if you have no such herb with you, then what can be done? Alas, can the torrents of the rain that will put out a forest fire extinguish the fire of lightning? No. If we find within Krishna's message something a little favorable to us, is that his intention or it just an accident? We cannot place any faith in him. After the gopis spoke in this angry mood, Uddhav answered, O ladies, just listen to me. For one moment with attention. Listen to me for one moment with attention. I have brought you another message apart from this knowledge of Brahma. Then Uddhav related Krishna's statement, which the gopis heard with great faith and eagerness. The general meaning of Krishna's message is as follows: that I, who am so attractive to your eyes, am now situated far away from them, is simply out of my desire to increase your meditation on me. By that meditation, your mind is drawn to me. Therefore, now I am very close to your mind. The following is also implied simultaneously. You gopis are also extremely attractive to my eyes, and thus, since you are now far from my eyes, please remain near to my mind. Thus it is deduced that an object of attraction is far from mind when it is in the vicinity of one's eye, and near the mind when it is far from the eye. Of the two, the mind is more important. Therefore, I desire that you remain close to my mind. May that be your desire as well. I think Sri Jiva Goswami is writing Nitya Leela and then the separation. 35. यथा दूरचरे पृष्ठे मन आविश्य वर्तते स्त्रीणां च न यथा चेतः sanikrishe akshigochare. When her lover is far away, the woman thinks of him more than when he is present before her. This verse considers the relative importance of feeling with the heart and seeing with the eyes. Cha indicate that this example holds true for men as well as women. Like women, when become more absorbed in thinking of beloved woman when she is far away than when she is present before their eyes. What this means, I don't know. Oh, Jiva Goswami writes, let that be. Your love is perfect. What about us? Your love is greater than mine, Krishna says. With that desire, he speaks this verse. Even ordinary women think of their lover in their absence. What to speak of you gopis? The virtue indicate not just women but everyone. You should therefore forgive my whimsy, which is difficult to restrain since it arises from the desire to increase our love for each other. 36. Because your minds are totally absorbed in me and free from all other engagement. You remember me always, and so you will very soon have me again in your presence. Gopi said, O Uddhav, this message also you should keep in the treasure box of your heart. Though now Krishna is enjoying the women of Mathura sometime in the future, he will be far from their eyes. And that time you can give this message to them. And you take this back, you give them then. But right now, this message is unacceptable to the women of Braj. Previously, even when Krishna was present here and visible to our eyes, and then was absent for a moment, that moment felt like 1,100 yugas. During each minute of that period of absence, the gopis would have drawn Krishna into their mind with thousandfold feeling of separation. When the gopis spoke sarcastically in this way, Uddhav replied, O woman, if this message does not appeal to you, then hear another message from me. I have brought many messages. Again, Uddhav delivered Krishna's words to them as mentioned in this verse. Uddhav said, as you have completely rejected object like house and husband and absorb your mind in constant remembrance of me, very soon you will attain my personal presence. And this last verse. Although some gopis had to remain in the cowherd village and so could not join the ras dance to sport with me at night in the forest, they were nonetheless fortunate. Indeed, they attained me by thinking of me, my potent pastime. This is the last message. This verse gives proof of Krishna's personal presence. When some gopis were locked in their houses by their husband on the night of the ras dance, as described in the previous verse, Krishna's message said, why were some gopis not able to sport with me? Kirta Maya. On the night of the Rasa Leela in Vrindavan, they were forcefully kept back in their homes in Vraj by their husbands, although they wanted to die because their desire could not be fulfilled. And because they experienced great pain and separation from me, still they were very fortunate, kalyaniya, thus remaining alive and attend me by remembering the ras dance and other pastime of mine. In other words, I appeared directly before them in their home in Braj and enjoyed pastime with them during that night. After that, on other nights, they entered the ras dance on the bank of Yamuna. Oh Krishna! Now 38 to 52 gopis respond to Uddhav's message. This is for the next upcoming day. Hare Krishna. It's very difficult to understand Krishna's message and gopis' response, though it appears gyaan yoga, but it is actually more deep prema, love, which only those hearts can understand, which have at least reached to the stage of bhava. And for us, this is right now the preparation of Bhakti Vedanta study. And we cannot really, like that Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur or Jiva Goswami, they can relish these words and their meanings because they were in that bhava. For us, it is very difficult. But somehow we have to complete, so we are doing our prescribed duty. Anybody has question or comment? There are some question from this section.
Yes, the first message of Krishna from 29. What is the secret meaning of this message?
Secret meaning of this message. Which message? First, some verses there? No.
Yes, the first one, 29.
Okay.
The first.
So there are two meanings, the external meaning and internal meaning. We'll take from the Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, that is enough. Or you want to give the three level of meaning, then take the Jiva Goswami's commentary. That one is apparent meaning, and the second is the spurti or revelation meaning, and third is the Nitya Leela meaning.
Prabhuji, there is one question. Question number 13. What tendency of fickle men did the gopis condemn?
What?
Tendency of fickle man did the gopis condemn?
Oh, this was, I think, this is from the Brahmar Geet. This
was from the
huh?
6th verse.
Huh?
It's from the 6th verse.
Yeah, verse number 6.
Yes.
What is the verse? Brahmar Geet start from 20, say from 11.
13. It starts from 13.
The question
It's before Brahma Gita, when gopis are saying that you are like bees are leaving flowers, and fickle men also.
Well, that same thing is in the Brahma Gita. First Gita is that Kaitabu Bandhu, you are the friend of the flickering man, like a bumblebee which goes from one flower and take it and go to the other. So Krishna is like that. So this is also in the same Brahma Gita. First verse is the flickeriness of the bumblebee, which is Krishna's flickeriness. And in 6th verse, I don't know if right now it's not in front of me, but there's the nature of bumblebee. So it's the same nature of Krishna, that he enjoy one and then the other gopi and other gopi. So these are I think Brahmar Gita is the right answer as far as I recall. Still you discuss among yourself and come to the conclusion. My mind says it must be about the bumblebee, filthiness of the bumblebee compared to the filthiness of the Krishna. And also the gopis have also one of the jalp is a filthiness, because sometimes they think this way and sometimes they think this way. They are becoming angry and then they are surrendering. So both are there. There is also, and the last is a filthiness also there. But this filthiness is about the bumblebee as far as my understanding goes. Anybody else? Previously they have the question and then they give the verse. From this verse, there is a question. But now it's not like that. Hare Krishna. Bhakti Vedant Google. Hare Krishna. Question. So 47.
There is an exact phrase from the purport to the 6th verse. This tendency of fickle man that gopis condemn, it's in the purport. It's taken from the purport to the 6th verse.
Yes, that's all.
That is very good. This purport is Prabhupada's disciple or Chakravarti Pad?
Yes. Prabhupada's disciple.
Okay, then that may be relevant. Which question is this?
Question 13.
13.
What fickle mind did the gopis
Okay,
condemn?
13. What tendency of the fickle man did the gopi condemn? A fickle man's tendency is to go from one, like a bumblebee, from one flower to the other flower. This is the tendency. If it is in verse 6 purport, then I think you stick to that, and you want to add, you can add also the Kaitav Bandhu, first verse of the Gopi Geet, where they are comparing the messenger to the Krishna, who is fickle like a bumblebee going from one flower to other flower. But since most of the time Prabhupada's disciples' purport is in our books, so that is the first thing we have to see, and then we will go to Chakravarti Pad, which is also referred sometime in questions. There is no purport, actually speaking, for any verse by Prabhupada's disciple, basically speaking. So you find it in verse number 6, then it's good. Okay. Everybody agrees about verse number 6? Bhagvatam.
Yes, Prabhu. I also have written 6.
10th canto, 6, verse number 6. Purport. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explained that here the attractive woman like flower possesses beauty, fragrance. Yeah, this is perfect actually. This is Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's purport actually, which is explained here, and you take this from here. That's okay. You want to add, you can add also Gopi's Brahmar Geet. This bumblebee is like Krishna who goes from flower to flower. Both that can be also added. Or this tendency is condemned here by Gopis who gave their heart complete to Krishna. The Gopis wanted only to exhibit their charms for Lord Krishna's pleasure, and in pain of separation they questioned the motives of his friendship with them. Okay. Usually the people make friends with a motive. So this is a section. So this is a perfect answer, very good. But actually Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, you have to write this, then the things are clear. Okay. Accepted. Anything else? Here all are intelligent. Remain 19 now. Purport 1046. Okay. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Sarvabhauma Prabhu, Dandava Pranam.
Dandvat.
Yes, I just wanted to make a comment that we are all on different levels of evolution of consciousness as far as the ladder is concerned. And these subject matters are very elevated for those who have attained
At least bhav. At least bhav. At least bhav bhakti, those who are reached to the bhav bhakti can somehow, even only the madhurya people can relish this. Even the other bhavs, it is not easy for them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying, some of us, it is better for us to ask questions based on our level and just assimilate this, just to listen as much as possible and try to swallow it as much as possible.
Yeah, we
just make
simply
them relevant to lives.
we should follow Srila
It's a true
Prabhupada. We should follow Srila Prabhupada in Krishna book. Then
yeah.
for everybody available is Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary by Bhanu Swami on whole Bhagavatam, but particularly 10th canto Sarthak Darshan is available for everybody. So that is the second one we can refer, then most of the things will be more or less clear.
So
But-
I want to humbly request that you share some of this Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur's commentary with us, so that individually we can be reading.
I think already I have shared all these commentaries. They are with the your co-students and they can share with you. Shoher the Gaur, please share this commentary to our Chaitanya Prem Prabhu or Ajay Prabhu. Yeah, this all is there available.
Thank you.
I will.
Yeah,
I'll send you a document that has all the commentaries in it that Sarvabhauma Prabhu was reading in the class.
No, I already gave them last time I was teaching. I think I share this because you can refer it again and again. It's nothing to hide. Some good student have made this for teaching, so I am relishing. You all relish.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Very low my heart.
Hare
Thank you very
Krishna.
much.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vancha kalpatrubhyasya kripa sindhubhya patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo